The second point on this car also is materials. Now check this out. This is to control the light cluster, or the lights, you know, the headlamps, whatever you want to call them. This material still perplexes me to this day. And I've cleaned this many times, and you can see right here all the dirt buildup around it. Well, it's like a gooey, it's like residual adhesive. And I don't even know how to explain this, because when it first started out, and I'll show you, because like right here on the dash, or I'm sorry, the glove box, it has this, it doesn't feel like the traditional rubberized material they use in some of the Range Rovers or BMWs. But if you look real close, you can see the scratches inside the keyhole here. So this material, it's a very thin rubberized material that they put over the hard plastic. And that's what's over here. And for some reason, it gets this gooey, and like I said, I honestly don't know how to explain it. But there used to be some lettering around here to show what setting the light was on, whether it was automatic, you know, running lights, so forth. So once again, if I was inexperienced, I would go into panic mode. It's like, oh my gosh, how do I clean this? Well, if you're afraid you're going to do some damage, you're naturally going to want to pull away and quit cleaning it. But then Johnny Customer comes in and says, oh, well, what about this, Darren? How come you need to clean this? So you can already anticipate that that's probably going to happen. So in this case, once again, problem solving. So I know, because I've cleaned this before, and now I'm just going to have to clean it some more and try to get this dirt off. But my fear is that I'm actually going to take the brown finish off of this piece and then create a bigger problem for myself. So how do I go with a winning combination, kind of a happy medium? So let me grab some product. So what I've chosen is some straight rubbing alcohol. Even though it's not straight, you'll see that 91%. It comes in different strengths from like 70 to 80 to 90. And I've got my super degreaser. I don't know which is going to work better. I'm going to first try my super degreaser. I'm just going to spray a little section on my cloth because I know it's a good grease cutter. And I'm going to just wipe. And yes, indeed, it does take off that layer of dirt and gummy. It's truly like an anomaly in this car. I don't understand it, and I've been taking care of this car for years. My customer did get sick and had to actually had a stroke, and so I didn't see this car for about a year. Now I do it every month. And I don't remember what I originally did on this, but I know that I've done this process before, only to yet here find myself doing it again. So the super degreaser, a little microfiber, is working. It's not taking off the brown, because I have a feeling that it could get down so far that it could actually reveal a different colored material underneath. I have no idea if this is, most pieces today are molded completely in that color of you know, material, whether it's plastic, rubber, whatever. Very few cars today have a coating or like a paint type of surface on it, so that's the good news, but you never know for sure. So I'm going to finish cleaning this and I'll show you the... Okay, I've finished cleaning it. You can see, and if something shows up in this video, once again, you gotta, even though I tell you guys, you've got to check your work from different angles, which I do. Like for example, I see a spot right here that I still have to clean off. Right now I'm just focused on this panel, and I actually had to use my fingernail to wedge in between this little seam in order to get and it's still pulling out a little bit of material. Fingernails make great tools, by the way. For the most part, you can use it on paint. It doesn't do a bunch of scratching. I could force any material or any tool to do scratching if I wanted to, but if you use it appropriately, like your fingernails, they're very effective without doing scratching. You just have to apply a little common sense. So I've cleaned this, looks perfect now, and if I really wanted to work myself down the rabbit hole, I would look inside this area here, and you see how it's pulling up some additional adhesive shemang. So it's like, okay, but I already know that, you know, based on what I charge, my customers' level of perfection, I already know that it is past the point of acceptability. So that's what you have to keep in mind when, you know, staying profitable and keeping customers for life. So there we have it. Once again, most days represent some form of problem-solving challenge. My super degreaser worked on it. I used a microfiber. That probably took me 5 minutes alone just to clean that. And I do not understand this material. It is very bizarre. So that's the second moment of this car. I'm going to cut and I'm going to show you something else. Like I said, whether I put it as part of this series or not doesn't really matter.